So part of the advantage of doing a series of videos on Lola Bunny rather than a documentary is that I can do news updates as well. And when it comes to the field of Lola-ology, or obsessive fanboying, whatever, is that importance can be found in the most minuscule of things. Trust me, some years the only Lola sighting you'd see is on an obscure bedsheet sold only in Europe, and you'd be shocked by the information I'd glean from such stupid things. But today, we talk about something slightly bigger. At long last, after years of complaining, Space Jam Lola is coming to Looney Tunes World of Mayhem. And this is kind of important to some of us. Allow me to explain. Looney Tunes World of Mayhem is a Looney Tunes mobile gacha game. It's a complete scam with horrible monetization practices that make whatever Asian mobile game you're playing look generous by comparison. Never underestimate America when it comes to scammy business practices. But regardless, the game is kinda cool because it has really nice models and animations that reflect the original cartoons as quite well and are caked with callbacks. You're probably well aware of them adding Big Chungus to the game, but did you know they also have Captain Blig and Dr. Killpatient, Nasty Canasta, and Sam the Sheepdog? Like, no Looney Tune or variant is too obscure for World of Mayhem. Gotta pad that gacha roster somehow, right? But if that's the case, then many asked, where's Lola Bunny? Indeed, she was not in the game at launch, and many were looking for her. Well, after quite a while of people asking, they finally put Lola in the game, and it was the Looney Tunes show version. Now, this wouldn't have been so bad if Looney Tunes show versions of other characters were in the game, or if perhaps the Looney Tunes show version of Lola was but one of many variants, or if they included other characters like Tina Russo Duck. But no, only Lola was from the Looney Tunes show, while everyone else was classic Looney Tunes. The art style clashed drastically, but that wasn't the big issue. See, as you're likely well aware, the Looney Tunes show version of Lola Bunny is a very different character from her previous incarnations. But it was also the most screen time Lola had ever gotten. This led to confusion. Rather than the Looney Tunes show being viewed as its own self-contained thing, people thought that this version of Lola was the new version, and that this was how she was going to be portrayed from here on out. This did not seem to be the case if you paid attention. See, immediately after the Looney Tunes show aired, the Looney Tunes comics printed a new Lola-themed story called The Day the Derby Died, which was about roller derby. It wasn't very good, but it was a classic Lola story, and immediately after this, they began reprinting old Lola Bunny stories. It was as though the comics were assuring us that classic Lola was here to stay and wasn't going anywhere. Indeed, this is why those aforementioned European bedsheets were so important. Yeah, that wasn't hyperbole. Those bedsheets came out after the Looney Tunes show, but featured new artwork of Space Jam Lola playing electric guitar. Once again, showing that globally, the old design was here to stay. Alas, no one else was paying attention to this, and far too many American fans were pushing the idea that Looney Tunes show Lola was an evolution of Lola Bunny. Even though the Looney Tunes show versions of the other characters never ventured outside that show, Lola Bunny was now expected to be like she was in the Looney Tunes show, and this put fans of her Space Jam version on edge. Even still, the Looney Tunes show Lola was only in that show. Until World of Mayhem decided to go with that version rather than the Space Jam one. There was much complaining. Many people hoped Space Jam Lola would be added as a variant, but no. Instead, they kept making up more and more new variants of Looney Tunes show Lola, pushing her instead of the original. With each one, the fans of the original became more and more on edge. Basically, World of Mayhem was the one argument for Looney Tunes show Lola replacing her Space Jam version. This is why the flame war between fans of the two versions of the character gets so heated, because these two opposite characters are both supposed to be the same person, and if one gets too much of a foothold, she could potentially replace the other, and that's a problem if you happen to be a fan of this other version of the character. Considering even the Looney Tunes show version of the character was rather toned down, many believe the reason for this choice was because Space Jam Lola was considered too sexy. 3D artist J.C. Thornton produced an image to emphasize how stupid this was, as Space Jam Lola could easily be portrayed in a way that wasn't overtly sexy. I mean, she had been for years, it's not hard. So when Space Jam 2 showed that Lola Bunny would be in the movie but wearing a bit more clothes, I had my fingers crossed. Maybe this would be it. Maybe we'd finally be able to have the Space Jam version of Lola instead of the Looney Tunes show one. Not just in World of Mayhem, but just in general. It was very clear to me that Warner Brothers was going out of their way to avoid putting Lola in things these past 20 plus years. And it's at this point in the middle of editing that I look at myself and I realize that I am seriously rambling about a picture on a box of fruit snacks as though it were a serious, important topic, and I wonder what I'm even doing with my life. It's a cartoon character for children, used to sell fruit snacks and sugary cereals. I understand how stupid this is to normal, sensible people. But I care because 25 years ago, they tried to push this character super hard and then suddenly dropped her like a sack of potatoes. And cripes, it has been so long since I've seen her on a box of stickers and fruit snacks and Band-Aids that it's really easy to forget that that's what Lola was supposed to be in the first place. I literally forgot. It is actually surreal seeing this character on a store shelf at Target and Walmart again. I feel like I'm in a freaking time warp. Then again, 20 years of scouring the internet researching European bed sheets will do that to a man. Anyway, though, so with the release of Space Jam 2 comes, of course, a promotional event within Looney Tunes World of Mayhem, one that adds Space Jam versions of a bunch of characters. And indeed, a character named Dunker Lola was planned. Would she finally be the Space Jam version of Lola, or would it be Looney Tunes show Lola dressed in a Toon Squad jersey? Well, at long last, it's Space Jam Lola. After years of begging, Space Jam Lola is in Looney Tunes World of Mayhem, and she looks great. Like, this isn't really toned down at all. I mean, yeah, she's wearing the new longer outfit, and I like the old one, but folks, let's be real. There was no good explanation for why her outfit was so tiny in the original Space Jam. I mean, I'd make a joke about it shrinking in the wash, but beyond that, we can't really justify that. And if this is what it takes to bring back Space Jam Lola, then I'm all in. Again, this model looks nice, and to me, this means that Space Jam 2 is entirely worth it. I have different priorities from normal, sane people, though. But this also means something else exciting. This is the first time Space Jam Lola and Looney Tunes show Lola have been in the same place at the same time. You can put them both on your team and have double Lolas. Now, this doesn't actually mean too much since you can have an entire team of Bugs Bunnies in the different outfits and whatnot, but it's still a first step towards what I think Warner Brothers should do, which is make the two Lolas twin sisters. Trust me, that has a lot of comedic potential, and it's the only way to peacefully end the flame war. Not that such a thing matters to corporate or anything, but still, it's a nice idea. Like I said earlier, I have no problems with Looney Tunes Lola as long as Space Jam Lola is still an option. Did I say Looney Tunes Lola? Whatever. This, however, raises a new question. Is Space Jam Lola a one-off character, or can we expect to see alternate versions of her in the near future? Like, perhaps the hip-hop version seen in Space Jam 2, superhero version, Witch and Bride of Frankenstein versions, Wonder Woman Amazon version, which they really should do alongside Petunia since she was there first. Of course, if they really want to go all in on double Lola action and make it a thing, outfit swap version. Space Jam Lola in that awful blue-green dress and Looney Tunes Lola in a Toon Squad jersey. That would actually be committing to the twin Lolas idea, and oh no, we're going to start calling them Solid Lola and Liquid Lola. No, you can't have Big Boss be Big Chungus. That's a terrible idea. That might actually be a fantastic idea. We need to stop now. Whatever, the point is, now you see why something so minor and stupid can be rather exciting for us desperate Lola fans. Either way, she's not out yet. She comes July 30th, and I'm definitely looking forward to that. That said, might want to start grinding now if you're playing this game, because apparently you can't unlock Space Jam Bugs without unlocking LeBron James first. He's required to even do the challenge, so good chance you're going to need him to get Lola, and good chance you'll probably need Bugs too, since Dunker Lola has a special skill that requires Space Jam Bugs to be on your team. And good luck getting the other Lolas! I tried for half a year before giving up because this game is a complete scam. Would I like a team of all Lolas? Yes. Can I get a team of all Lolas? No, because this game hates us all. See y'all later!